Okay, so now let's practice some of the words that we do not know the meaning. Okay, let's look at some of our words. Our first word, bead, bead. This is something very tiny, and it's metal or plastic or wood. And there's a hole through the middle, and you can put a string to make a necklace. Or to put on your clothing.
One too. He says glassy spheral with a small metal bead, but this is too small to give a definite identification under a microscope. So that's not a no. So John didn't find any.
So it's showing you bead making at one level, was never accessioned into the collections. So until we started to do this research, they ceased to exist as a part of the accessioned collections. So one of the interesting aspects of all of these collections is the whole notion of negotiation. So because it's in the Christie collection,
and each bead is touched, and that's because.
So a bead, they're very tiny. Our second word, bid, bid. This means we offer money. All right, so today we're going to talk about questions and intonation with the questions. So that means if we go up or if we go down. So let's look at our first question. This is an open-ended question. So that means there can be many different answers to this question. And usually it starts with a WH word, like what, why, when, where, and even how. And this question can be a little bit difficult because we go down at the end. That's the most important part. We go down at the end. Right before we go down, we just go up just a little bit. So let's practice the intonation of this question using the word this. Notice how we go up and then down. Rachel, what does this mean? What does this mean? So we go up and come down. What does this mean? Going down is the most important part at the end. Okay, our second question is a yes or no question. So this means that the answer is simply yes or no. And it starts usually with the words do or can. This question is a little bit easier. We go up all the way through the question. And not just the last word. So let's go very slowly. Rachel, do you know what this means? So notice we go up gradually. Do you know what this means? So not just, do you know what this means? No, gradual. Do you know what this means? All right, so these are our two questions. Okay, so let's practice the questions one more time. First question, Rachel, what does this mean? What does this mean? All right, the second question, yes or no question. Rachel, do you know what this means? Do you know what this means? And make sure we get the S on the end. Okay, so now let's practice some of the words that we do not know the meaning. Okay, let's look at some of our words. Our first word, bead, bead. This is something very tiny, and it's metal or plastic or wood. And there's a hole through the middle, and you can put a string to make a necklace or to put on your clothing. So a bead, they're very tiny. Our second word, bid, bid. This means we offer money for something, an amount of money. Maybe you know the website eBay. If you go on eBay, you offer a price to buy something. So I bid $20. Someone else bids $30. Someone else $40. So you're competing to buy something by using money. All right, next word, bean. This simply is something we eat, like rice and beans. There's different colors of beans, red, black, or white. I'm sure you like rice and beans. Our next word, bin, bin. This is like a container, and we put things inside, such as a storage bin. So we put something inside, and maybe we put it on a shelf to store it for later. Or a garbage bin. We put garbage inside, so it's a garbage bin. Okay, next word, beat. One definition is when we hit something and we hurt it. The little boy beat his classmate. He beat up his classmate. So that means he hit him, he hurt him. A second meaning is to win at something. For example, a game or a race. So I beat my brother at the race. So I won, I beat him. All right, our last word, bit, bit. This is the past tense of the word bite. So bite, like bite an apple. So yesterday, I bit the apple. Or yesterday, the dog bit the mailman. So it's the past tense. Okay, let's do our next page. Beaten. Our last page, we had the word beat, beat. Beaten is the perfect tense, past perfect, present perfect, or future perfect. So we use the word have beaten. The same with the word bitten, bitten. This is also a perfect tense, past perfect, future, or present perfect. This is for the word bite, bite, bite an apple. So we use it have bitten. Our next word is cheap. This is the opposite of expensive. Expensive, a lot of money. Cheap, less money, less money. Cheap. Or when something is not built very well, it's not good quality. So this table is cheap. It's not a good table. Chip. Chip is something that we eat, like a potato chip. It comes in a bag and it's salty. Potato chip. Also, a chip is something very tiny that we put in our cell phone or our computer, and it contains information. Chip. Next word, deed. This is a piece of paper that shows that we own something. It's ours. For example, a house. So the deed says, the house is my house. I own the house. So it's a legal document. And our last word on this page, did, did. This is the past tense of the word do. I do my homework. Yesterday, I did my homework. So the past tense. Okay, next page. Deep. This is when something goes far down. One example is water. If there's a lot of water, the water is deep, like in a swimming pool. Part of the swimming pool has a little bit of water. Another part has a lot of water. The water is deep in the swimming pool. Or if we dig a hole, the hole is very deep, deep. All right, our next word, dip, dip. This is, for example, when we put something in and take it out. So we dip the chip in the salsa. So in and out. Or we jump into the pool, a swimming pool, and we come out. I took a dip in the swimming pool. So in and out. Also, it is the sauce or salsa that we put our chip in. It's called a dip. So I dip the chip in the dip. Ease. Ease describes one definition of how we feel. If we're happy and calm, we're not stressed and we're not nervous. If we're happy and content, I am at ease. I'm calm. I'm at ease. Is a verb, to be verb. I am, he is, she is, it is. So to be verb. Our next one, eat, is a verb, an action. When we put something in our mouth, we chew it and we swallow. Eat. We eat food. I eat lunch. It is a pronoun. Instead of he, she, it. So not man, not woman. It. Eats. So we use that for he, she, or it. He eats, she eats, it eats. Eats food. Its is a possession. It means it owns it. Its hat. Its food. So the food belongs to it. Next word, feast. Feast. This is a lot of food on a table. All kinds of different food. For example, a Christmas feast. So there's a lot of food, more than we can eat. Thanksgiving feast is another example. Our next word, fist. This is a fist. When our fingers are closed, we make a fist. Fist. Feel. Feel is similar to the word touch. Touch is the action. Feel is what we observe about what we touch. So I feel the scarf. It's soft. I feel the book. It's hard. Another definition is what we are on the inside. I feel happy. I feel sad. So it's how we are at the moment. I feel. Our last word on this page is fill. Fill. So this means to put something to the top. So I have to fill my water bottle. I need to put water all the way to the top. Or fill the gas tank. I have to fill the gas tank of my car. Put gas all the way to the top. Okay, so our first word on this page, feet. This is a part of our body. We use our feet to walk. For example, these are our legs to walk. Feet, feet. We put our shoes on our feet. Fit. This means that something is not too big or too small. It's just the right size. So my sweater fits me. It's not too big, it's not too small. Heel. One definition is a part of our body. It's a part of our foot. So here we have our foot. Here's our toes. The back of our foot, there's a round bone. That is our heel, the back of our foot, heel. It also means that we're better. For example, if I'm sick, I go to the doctor to be healed. Or if I have a cut on my hand. When it's all better, my cut is healed. It's healed, it's all better. Hill. Hill is smaller than a mountain. A mountain is big. A mountain is very big. A hill is just smaller. So my house is on the hill. So smaller than a mountain. Heap. Heap is when there's many things on top of each other, like a pile, and it's messy. Heap. For example, I have a heap of dirty clothes to wash. Heap. Hip. Hip is also a bone in our body. It is above our legs, where our pants go. So, for example, our legs right here is our hip. So right here is our hip, where our pants are. We move our hips when we dance. Bet. Bet is when you think you're going to win at something. For example, you go to a horse race and you say, I bet $100 that my horse is going to win. So it's different from gambling. Gambling is at a casino. Bet can be many different things. Like I bet an ice cream that I can jump higher than you. So it doesn't have to be money. It can be different things, but you think that you can win. Bed, our next one is where we sleep at night. Bed. So at night, I go to bed, or the children jump on the bed. So it's where we sleep at night. Big. Big is the opposite of small. Small, big. Small, big. Beg is when we really ask for something that we want. For example, a little child wants a bicycle for his birthday. He begs his parents, please, can I have a bicycle? Or a person on the street that is asking for money. They beg for money. They're asking for money. Next is bill. Bill, one definition, is a piece of paper money. For example, I have a $5 bill, so a piece of money. Also, it is a piece of paper that says that we owe money for something. For example, the electric bill came in the mail. It says how much we owe for electricity. Bell. Bell is something that we ring. It goes ding dong, or ding-a-ling, or we have a doorbell to go in the house. So we can have a doorbell or ring a bell. It's metal, like a church bell. Next page, gym. This is where we go, the building where we go to exercise. So we can lift weights, or they have machines that we can exercise. So it's the building, gym. I go to the gym every morning. Gem. Gem is a precious stone. It's something that's very expensive, so it's a lot of money. And we might put it on a ring or a necklace or earrings. It can be like an emerald or a sapphire. So it's a lot of money. Bitter. One definition of bitter is how we taste with our tongue. So it's the opposite of sweet. So coffee that's black, no sugar, is bitter. It's not sweet. Or dark chocolate is not sweet. It's bitter. So it's the way we taste. Better, it means that it's not bad. It's good. It went up in quality. So my cake is better than her cake. So maybe it's nicer looking, it tastes better, it's yummier. So it's better, it's higher quality. Built. Built is the past tense of the word build, which means to make or construct, like to build a house. So 20 years ago, in the past, my father built our house. He constructed our house. So it's past tense, built. Belt. One definition is something we use in the car, a seat belt. I use a seat belt in the car. Or also it's something we put in our pants to keep our pants up. We put in the top of our pants. A belt makes our pants tighter. Okay, next page. Dessert. This is something that we have that is sweet after lunch or dinner. It could be ice cream or pie or cake, chocolate. Dessert, it's something sweet. Desert. Desert. This is a place, a type of land that is very dry. There's no plants. It doesn't rain very much. And there's lots of sand. Desert. Fell. Fell is the past tense of the word fall. Fall. So I'm standing and I fall. Fall down. So yesterday, I fell down the steps. Fell. So I fell down the steps. It's a past tense. Dead. Dead is the opposite of alive. So alive, you're breathing, you're functioning. When you're dead, nothing functions. Dead, similar to die. Die, dead. Disc. Disc is something that is round, like a CD that has music, or a DVD that has a movie. That is a disc, so it's round, a movie disc. Our next one, desk. This is like a table, but it's where we work. So my laptop is on my desk. It's where I work. Desk. So it's more than a table. Get. This is similar to the word go. So get means to retrieve something. I get something. I retrieve. So I go to the kitchen to get a glass of milk. Get. So it's in my possession. Get. Hell. Some people think that this is where bad people go after they die. So heaven, hell. Jill. This is just a name for a girl. Jill. That's why it has a capital letter J. So just a name. Gel. It's not liquid like water, but it's not hard and solid. It's gel. It's like a liquid. For example, my husband uses hair gel. Hair gel. So it's soft, but it's not liquid. Gel. Knit. This is an action. Knit. It's how we make a sweater or a scarf. We have 2 needles or sticks with yarn or string. And we use those 2 sticks together, and that is knit. So that's the action, knit, to make a scarf, like crochet is similar. Net, our last one here, net. This is something, for example, you might use to catch fish. So it has holes in it. Net. So the water can go through, but you can bring in the fish. Net. Or it could be something that is in sports, like a basketball net. That's where you put the ball through. That is a net. It's like string. All right, next page. Age. This is similar to how old are you? What is your age? What is your age? So it's how old we are. Edge. Edge is like the corner of something. For example, the edge of the table. So table, here's the edge where it goes down. Or if we're on a mountain, and it stops and it comes down. This is the edge. Don't fall off the edge of the mountain. Date, date. This is, for example, a day. Today is May 2nd, or the date is May 3rd. So it's what day of the year it is. Month, day, year, date. Debt. This is when we owe money for something. For example, if we use a credit card and we have lots of money on the credit card, we have credit card debt. It means we have to pay the credit card company. Or if we take a loan from a bank, we have a debt with the bank. We have to pay them. Fade. This has to do with color. If you put something in the sun, it loses its color. The color fades. Or if you're a woman and you dye your hair, after 2 months, the color fades. The color just goes away and it's lighter, not as bright. Our last one here, fed. This is the past tense of the word feed. Feed. So you feed, like you eat something. So I feed the dog. Yesterday, I fed the dog. It means I gave the dog food. Fed. Jail. On our next page, jail is similar to prison, where you go when you do something bad. The policeman takes you to jail. So jail is a little less than prison. Prison is for years. Jail is just 1 or 2 nights. Fail. Fail is when we don't do something as good as we should. For example, in school, a math test. If you do very bad on the test, you get an F, you fail the test. It's the opposite of pass. Or you take a driver's test and you do bad, you fail the test. Lace. This is a type of fabric or material that you use for clothing or for curtains, for the curtains on windows. And you can see through the fabric. You can see through. It has a design with little holes that you can see through. For example, a wedding dress. There might be sleeves of lace and you can see the arm or skin through the lace. Less. This is the opposite of more. So more, less. Less. More, less. Laid. This is the past tense, so past tense of the word lay. So lay means we lay on our bed. We lay on the sofa. So last night I laid on my bed. So past tense, laid. Led. This is also the past tense of the word lead. Lead. Lead means when someone is first. So a father and his children. The father led the children to the park. So the father was first, the children were behind. He led the children. All right, next one, late. Late is the opposite of early. It's when we're past the amount of time. So I have to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning. But today I arrived late. I arrived at 8:30. So after 8 o'clock, late. Let. That means you permit something or allow it to happen. I let my child stay up late. You allowed or permitted the child to stay up late. Let. Main. This is similar to the word principle. It's not a small piece, but it's the main, it's the principal piece. For example, my screen is the main part of my phone. It's the big part, the principal part of the phone. Men is the opposite of women, so it's plural. Man is singular, men is plural. Men, opposite of women. Pain, it means something is hurting. It causes us pain. So I broke my leg. I had a lot of pain. It hurt a lot. Pen. Pen is something that we use to write with. Pen. It uses ink. Pen. Rake. Rake is two things, the action or the noun. So rake is the tool that we use in a garden or in our lawn or grass. It has little spikes, so it picks up like rocks or sticks that are in the garden. And when you're doing that motion, that is the action. So I rake the stones out of the garden by using a rake. So a noun or a verb. Wreck is when something is damaged. So it's more than broken. So there's a car accident. You hit your car. I wrecked my car. It has lots of damage. Or maybe you've heard of the movie Wreck-It Ralph. He goes breaking things with a hammer. That's wreck. It's very messy. Sail. This is, for example, a sailboat. So a boat that goes in the water, and then there's a big piece of fabric on top. Maybe it's white. That is the sail, the piece of fabric, and that is a sailboat. Sell is the opposite of buy. Buy is when we give money to get something. Sell, we give something and receive money. So I sell products at my store. I sell clothing at my store. So I give the products and get money. Saint. This is someone who is very, very, very good. You could even say holy. Many times this is like in the Bible, like Saint Peter, Saint Paul. Sent. This is the past tense of the word send. Send. So I send a letter in the mail. Yesterday, I sent a letter in the mail. So you're giving it to someone else. It's going en route to something else. Okay, next page, 8. This is the past tense of the word eat. So we eat, we put food in our mouth, we chew it and swallow. So today I eat lunch. Yesterday I ate lunch. Gate. This is similar to door, but it's outside of our house. So here's our house. Around our house is a fence, and there's a little door that opens. That is the gate. Or maybe where cows or horses live, there's a fence around the cows and horses, and there's a door that opens. That is a gate. Bake. This is when we put something in the oven. We bake. It goes in the oven. So I bake a cake. It goes in the oven and gets hot. Back is the opposite of front. I sit in the front of the car. My children sit in the back of the car. So front, back. Front, back. Baked is simply past tense of the word bake. So today I bake a cake. Yesterday I baked a cake. Backed. This means we move back. So I'm front, I move back. I backed up. That means past tense. I backed up. So we move back. Next page, cane. Cane. This is what maybe someone who is old will use to help them walk. So I use a cane to walk, or the old lady uses a cane to walk. Can is a verb. It means that we are able to do something. We're talking about cakes. I can make a cake. It means I'm able to. I know how. I can do it. Cape. This we might think of Superman, superheroes. They wear a cape in the back and it flies in the wind. So Superman wears a red cape. Cap. This is similar to the word hat, a baseball cap. So it's a small hat and then it comes out on the front, a baseball cap. Faced. This is past tense. It means that we're looking at something. So right now, I face the laptop. I face the computer. I'm looking at the computer. So we could say past tense, yesterday I faced the computer. Fast is the opposite of slow. Slow, fast. Opposite. Next page, faked. Faked is when you pretend to do something. So the little boy faked he was sick. He didn't want to go to school. So he wasn't sick. He pretended. He faked. Past tense. Fact. This is something that is real. It can be proven. So something that is not a lie. I like to read books about facts. It means things that are real. So this is the capital. So Pittsburgh is the capital, or sorry, Philadelphia is the capital of Pennsylvania. That is a fact. Everyone knows it. The sun comes up every day. That is a fact. It doesn't change. Hate. This is the opposite of love. Hate. Love, hate. You do not like it. Hat. This is something we put on our head. It can be many different kinds. Hat. Lake. Lake is a big body of water. So ocean is big. Lake is smaller. Pond is smaller. Lake. So where there's water. Lack. It means that we're not having enough of something. My food lacks salt. It doesn't have enough salt. I need to put more salt. All right, next page. Lame. Lame. That's the opposite of cool. That's one definition. So cool is mean that everyone likes it. But lame, not so much. So if you tell a joke that's not funny, it is a lame joke. It wasn't good. Lamb. This is a baby sheep. A little baby sheep. A lamb. Made. This is when we talked about the word build, construct, do. These are all similar words for the word made. Made. So you're able to do something with your hands. I made a cake. So I did it. I formed the cake. Mad. This is opposite of similar to happy, mad, like angry. You have a temper, mad. Pace. This is how fast you're going. So if you're walking fast or slow, my pace is fast. My pace is slow. So it's showing how the speed that you are going at. It's a similar word. Speed is an antonym. Pass. This is when you have something and you go past. So there's two cars. One car passes the other. So he goes in front. Pass. Or if you hand something, I pass my phone. So if you're at the dinner table, pass me the salt. Give me the salt. Pass. Or pass me the pepper. Next one, pale. One definition is the color of our skin. So I am sick, so my face is pale. I don't have any color. I'm very white. Pale. Pal. This is a friend. It's another word for a friend. The little boy has a good pal. He has a good friend. Paste. This is something that we usually use glue. So we have two pieces of paper. We paste them together. We put glue in the middle and they stick. Paste. Past. We've used this word a lot, like past tense. So we have past, present, future. Past. Flesh. This is like our skin and what is under our skin. Flesh. Even it can refer to animals as well. So it's like our skin and our hands. So if we touch something hot, we burn our flesh. We burn our skin. Flash. This is, for example, when there is some light. If we have the light and it goes like this, that's a flash. So the ambulance light flashes. It goes on and off. Or a police car, the light flashes on and off. Next one, dad. Dad. This is like a father. So mom, dad, father, mother. Bag. This is something that we put things in. We might put it on our shoulder and we put things inside to carry things. Bag. We take our bag to the grocery store. We put groceries in the bag. Bend. This is when something is straight and it bends. So my hand bends. Straight, bend. Or if we have a piece of plastic, we bend the plastic. Band. One definition is many musicians. So what is your favorite band? They play guitar, they play piano, and they play the drums. Band, they play music. Jam. One definition is something that we put on our bread. It's similar to jelly or marmalade. Jam. I like strawberry jam on my bread. Bat. One definition is an animal that comes out at night and it flies and it's black. A bat. They live at night outside. Or it is a baseball bat. A baseball bat. Something we use to hit. Okay, next page. Hid. This is the past tense of the word hide. So I hide behind my hands. Hide. You can't see me. So yesterday, the little boy hid behind the tree. Hid, past tense. Head. This is my head. It's a part of our body. Head. Den. This is where animals live in wintertime. Maybe it's underneath rocks or in a tree. So during winter, the bear lives or sleeps in his den where animals live. Dan. This is a name of a man. So it's a man's name. Dan. End. This is when you finish something. The end of the movie. The movie finished. The end. And. This is when we join two things together. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. So we put things together. Or I have a coffee and an ice cream. So I have two things. And. Next page. Leg. This is a part of our body. So remember we talked about leg. Feet, hip. We use our legs to walk. Left. This is the opposite of right. So right hand, left hand. Right, left. Hail. This is what happens when it rains and there's big pieces of ice that come down. Hail. This is hail. So it's like rain, but it's balls of ice. Land. This is the opposite of water. Water is on the earth. Land. It means where there's trees, where there's grass. That's land. Earth, land. Letter. This is something that we put in the mail. So I write a letter to my friend and send it in the mail. So we write a letter. Laughed. This is the past tense of the word laugh. When we think something is funny, we laugh. Ha ha. That's laugh. So yesterday, I laughed at my friend's joke. Laughed. Awesome. Great job. So hopefully this will help you understand these words just a little bit better.